Hi everyone and welcome back to another video. Today I'll be answering questions to my 10k subscribers Q&A while we explore the easybreeze summer resort in the background. So I hope you guys all enjoy. I also want to say thank you guys so much for 10,000 subscribers. This is absolutely surreal to me that 10,000 of you guys like my content. So I'm so grateful for every single one of you guys and thank you so much. Okay, let's get straight into it with personal questions and then we'll move on to Genshin related questions later on. So number 1, what is your name and age? My name is Mi and I am 17 years old. Mi is not my real name, it's my online persona so I don't expose myself. And I am 17, turning 18 this year and I am super excited for that. Number 2, ethnically, where are you from? I'm South Korean, however I grew up in Australia. I speak both English and Korean, so I am bilingual, and I'm fluent in both languages. Number 3, what's your MBTI type? I love this question so much because MBTI is such a huge thing for Koreans. I am an ESFJ, which means I'm extroverted, observant, feeling, and judging. I honestly was surprised that I got extroverted because I do think that I am introverted myself. However, I do make a lot of friends and I do like talking to other people, so I guess it's not that much of a surprise. Okay, what's your favorite music to listen to while exploring? I typically tend to watch YouTube videos in the background while I explore, and not as much music. So I like to watch cozy Genshin YouTubers in the background while I'm also exploring myself, because it makes it really fun to explore with someone. So yeah, I typically tend to watch YouTube videos in the back while I'm exploring rather than listen to music. How are you so motivated to make and edit videos? I think my own passion for the game and making videos is what motivates me. I find it really fun to make content obviously and build characters along with do account tours and all of that. So I find it just easy to make videos and want to edit videos because I find a lot of fun in it and enjoyment, of course. What app do you use to edit your videos? I use Adobe Premiere Pro to edit my videos and my footage. However, to capture my footage, I use NVIDIA Shadowplay, and this is available on PC for NVIDIA graphics driver users. So I'm sorry if you use mobile or iPad, probably use screen recording. And also for voiceovers, I also use Premiere Pro in the background. For thumbnails, I use Canva and I just take screenshots from in-game or the Genshin YouTube channel to get my image. How do you select your main servers in gacha games? So I live in Australia, so we don't have an Australian server really. It's best to go to Asia servers. However, I chose North America when I made my Genshin account because I thought that there'd be more English speakers on North America servers. However, I suffer the consequences because my ping is super high all the time and also the reset times are really uncomfortable. Do you ever feel like making content from other games besides Genshin? Not particularly, and I'll explain why. I do play a lot of other games such as League of Legends, Valorant, Marvel Rivals. I play Minecraft, I play Osu. However, those games are quite repetitive and you can't really make content out of them. With Genshin, you can build characters, explore, do whatever you literally want to in Genshin. However, in more FPS games like Valorant and Marvel Rivals, it's quite repetitive and it's not something I would enjoy making content out of. So yeah, I don't think I'd ever make content out of any other games aside Genshin. What motivated you to get into Genshin? I think in around year 7 or year 8 or 7th to 8th grade, my friend showed me a picture of Venti and told me that Venti was a guy, and I did not believe her. I thought Venti was a girl, so I had to check the game out, of course. And that's when I started to play Genshin frequently. That's when I discovered Genshin obviously, and I'd play with my friends, and yeah, that got me into Genshin. When and why did you start your YouTube journey? I started YouTube on the 5th of November 2024, so that was last year in November, and I started it because I was really influenced by other Genshin creators to make my own channel, and obviously I love playing the game, so why not share it with you guys as well and edit as well, because I love editing. I think editing is really fun. So yeah, I started it because I think it would be something fun, and I was really influenced, and yeah. What is your favorite food? Okay, this is really hard because I like a lot of food. I like sushi, pasta. I really like barbecues. Yeah. Okay, if Genshin wasn't a game, what would you play instead? Typically I play more FPS games like League of Legends or like Valorant. So yeah, I think I'd have to go with League of Legends. Okay, last personal question is, have you ever played Rua or plan to? I would love to see a Rua video on your channel. My friends all play Rua, and I have been told multiple times to try it out. However, I don't think another gacha game would be suitable for me right now. I think I have a lot on my plate already with Genshin and like catching up with content. You know, I'm so behind in quests, and obviously want to like maximize my account on Genshin before I move on to like another game and start a new account. So I have not played Wuthering Waves before, but in the future I might, depending on how popular it gets. Okay, let's go to Genshin related questions now. How long do you play Genshin each day, and when do you usually play? I think I typically play at least half an hour of Genshin every day, consisting of like my dailies, quests sometimes, and like challenges like Spiral Abyss or the Imaginarium Theatre. I usually play around reset time, which is 7 p.m. for me, because I live in Australia. Like I said, the reset times are quite uncomfortable, so I do play like shortly after dinner time. So yeah. What was the dumbest thing you did when you started playing Genshin? Probably set my server to North America. Like I said, I should have chose Asia for the lower ping and the better like time resets. But yeah, I was just really silly and I chose North America, and now I'm suffering the consequences. Tips on how to save primogems and grind them without burnout. Honestly, it kind of depends, because I think some people struggle a lot to save primogems, but I'm someone that has a bit more self-control. Like, I don't think I would typically pull as soon as I see 160 primogems. I would say, honestly, don't think about it too much. Don't think about pulling at all until you see a character you really, really want. And grinding them, I would suggest exploration if you haven't explored already. Exploration's really fun in my opinion. You don't really feel like burnout when you do exploration, because you can always do things in the background. You can watch a movie, an anime, you can talk to your friends, you can like watch YouTube. So I think exploration would be the best way to grind primogems without burnout. Do you have any tips to get some fragile resin? Honestly, not really. Fragile resin is something that comes naturally from either the battle pass or I think from leveling up your AR you get fragile resin. But yeah, I don't know any like quick ways to get fragile resin. There is transient resin if you get teapot rank 8, which will give you, I think it's like 60 per week. So I would say grind out the teapot if you really need resin. Since you started playing, which event has been your favorite, and what's your favorite free weapon from an event? I think my favorite event, honestly, I really liked the Albedo one when he had like a clone. It was really old. I think it was in like 2 point something, maybe like 2.3. Correct me if I'm wrong. That was my favorite event, and my favorite free weapon was probably, I think Festering Desire is really nice, but I don't have it myself, but it is my favorite free weapon because of how OP it is. Like, it's really good on Farina, but yeah, I don't have it myself, unfortunately. Okay, what's your favorite skin in Genshin, and what domain is the hardest in your opinion? My favorite skin in Genshin has to be Barbara's skin. It is so cute, and I love the beach theme so much, and the little ducks as well is so adorable, and it suits her so well. And what domain is the hardest? I don't think any domains are like hard. Some of them are very annoying, of course. I really hate the Whimsy domain because of like the shields. It's just so annoying, but I don't really find any domain like difficult, just annoying. How do you decide which 5-star characters to pull for? Honestly, I look at the state of my account and see if I'm like struggling to pass any of the endgame content like Abyss or Imaginarium Theatre. If I'm lacking a lot of strong DPS, I just pulled based on their design. Like for example, I really liked Arlecchino's design, and she's also very strong, so that's why I pulled Arlecchino. But if my characters are pretty strong and I can clear most of the content, I do go for design, like Sage Ween and Sitlali, although they are also kind of strong. So I guess it's kind of like a win-win for me. What is the most important thing for you when pulling for characters? Design or gameplay? I would definitely say design. I love having pretty characters, and like aesthetics is so much more appealing than meta in my opinion. So yeah. What are your pulling plans for 6.x? Okay, within the entire version 6, I think I'm only gonna be pulling for Columbina or like a girl character for sure. Even though the new characters are really cool, like Flynn's, I'm pretty sure that's what his name is. I do want Columbina a lot, and also like the girlies appeal more to me than the guys. Who was your first main DPS? My first main DPS, like before I started knowing how to play the game, it was Mona, because she was my first 5-star. But my real first DPS was, I think it was either Hu Tao or Ganyu. I can't entirely remember. I think it was Ganyu. Don't quote me on that though, but that was my first main DPS. Who do you main, and who would you like to main in the future? Currently I main Varessa, and in the future I do want to become a Columbina main, depending on if I get her signature and, you know, Columbina herself. Who would you say is your main team that you use to handle things in the overworld? In the overworld, I typically tend to play teams I enjoy, like having fun with rather than their strength. At the moment, I've been using my Sitlali Farina team. It's like really strange, but it's like Farina, Sitlali, Ganyu, and Sage Ween. And I know the team makes no sense because Sitlali buffs Pyro and Hydro, but I'm using Sitlali as like a DPS in the overworld, and I find it really enjoying. What's the most fun team you've built that you enjoy the most? Probably my Clarind team, because of how fun it is to play Clarind as a character. Clarind, Xingqiu, Nahida, and Kyugi Shinobu is a really fun team for Hyper Bloom, which I really like playing. Who has been the hardest and easiest character to build in your experience? The easiest character to build has been Zhongli, because all you need is HP. Like, I slapped on a black tassel and gave him 4-piece tenacity and called it a day. So I will say that any HP scaling character is really easy to build. However, the hardest character to build was probably Farina, because even though obviously she is so perfect and like she's so strong, you do need to balance everything out with Farina. So you need to balance out her HP, her ER, her crit rate, her crit damage, and I think that's what made it really difficult to build her and like adjust her to what I want her to do, because some people use Farina for damage, some people use Farina for buffing, and some people use Farina for healing, but I wanted to do all of the above, so it took me a really long time to perfect her build. So I will say that she was the most difficult character to build. Have you ever regretted pulling for any characters? Yes, I have. I can think of 2 characters off the top of my head, Ayato and Venti. I loved Ayato so much, but his kit is absolutely dookie and his design was still kind of basic, so I don't know why I pulled Ayato. And then Venti, because even though Venti was like an OG character, I don't use Venti anymore ever since I got Kazuha, so I do regret getting Venti and Ayato. What is the highest amount of Primogems you've ever saved? I think the highest amount has been 40,000 Primogems. Don't quote me on that, but I remember having a ton of wishes and I saved it all up for I think it was Clarind. I think that was the patch when I got Clarind, Arlecchino, Risley, and Sage Ween. I'm pretty sure. I'm not completely sure, but it was around that time. What's your favorite region in Genshin? Scenery, story quest, character, puzzle, etc. I think my favorite region for scenery is Inazuma. For story quests, or like icon quests, I assume, it was definitely Liyue. For characters, I really like Inazuma. For puzzles, I really like Fontaine. And yeah, those are my favorite regions. If you could live in Teyvat, what nation would you choose and why? I think I would choose Inazuma because like the vibes it gives is so pretty, and I think I really liked Inazuma's entire aesthetic, and I think it would be really nice to live on an island, like a small island. Okay, which region had the best visuals in terms of scenery? definitely Chenyu Vale. So like I guess it is Liyue. It's like a sub partial bit of Liyue. I think Chenyu Vale had the best scenery because the pink, the green, the turquoise, it just looks so pretty. How do you like Natlan and how excited are you for Snesnaya? Please say I said that right. Natlan I really liked. The designs were really nice as well. I will say there was a lot of controversy surrounding Natlan, but I didn't look into it too much because it is a video game at the end of the day. But I will say they could have given more rep, but at the same time there were also like a lot of fun moments in Natlan which I really liked. I liked the Archon quest, I liked the characters of course, and the new like abilities and like little functions that they gave us, like Night Soul. I really like that. I'm really excited for Snesnaya. Please say I'm saying that right. Like, I don't know. I'm really excited. I'm really excited for the entire region because it's gonna be like snowy, and I think since it's the last region, there's like a lot of build up, and I'm really excited. Okay, what is your favorite character in Genshin and favorite character from each element? My favorite character is Kokomi. And from each element, I would say Pyro would be Hu Tao, Hydro would be Farina, Electro would be Raiden, Geo would be Chiori, Dendro would be Nahida. Am I missing something? Cryo, yeah, Cryo would be... I like Shenhe. Okay. What is your favorite character from each region and what other gacha games do you play? From each region, from Mondstadt, I really liked Barbara. From Liyue, I really liked Kaching. From Inazuma, I liked Yaimiku. From Sumeru, I liked Nahida. From Fontaine, I really liked Linny. And then from Natlan, I really liked Kinich. And then other gacha games, I have Honkai Star Rail, but I don't play it frequently and I don't play it often. But I do want to try out like Rua, as I said like before. Like I want to try it, although I don't know if I'll like make a lot of, I don't know if I'll make content on it and like grind it out as much as Genshin, but I do want to try Rua. Which characters do you want the most? I really want Yelan right now. Not only did her skin come out recently and is the most gorgeous skin I've seen ever, which suits her so perfectly. I really want Yelan because her kit's really nice as well. Another character I really want is probably Skirk. I kind of regret not getting Skirk, but I really do want to get Skirk in the future. What characters do you wish you used more? I really wish I used Hu Tao more because of the investment I put into her. I have her C1 and I have her skin as well. I don't have her signature, but I do have like a pretty decent build on her. So I do really wish I used Hu Tao more. Do you have favorite color-coded characters in Genshin? If yes, who are they? I definitely like the pink characters, so Kokomi, Yaimiku, Citlali. I think any cute pink characters I love. Okay. Who's the most annoying character in the game? Do you mean like story quest wise or just characters I don't like? Because I feel like annoying to me would be Tignari, not because he's like a bad character or like his design's bad, but because I have Tignari C5. Like, I wish I could lose my 50-50 to literally anybody else. I still don't have Diluc, I still don't have Dea, I don't have Mizuki. Like, I would have happily lost to any of those characters, but no, I have C5 Tignari, which is really annoying. Okay. Who is the character you dislike the most? Like you never use them on your team? I don't use a lot of characters on my team. From the top of my head, I can think of like Mika, Kave, Sathos, Cole. Like I don't really use those characters. I don't dislike them. I don't think I dislike anyone in Genshin. I think I like all the characters and the designs are all so nice. But I just never use like the 4 stars that, you know, don't really serve a purpose on my team. Is there any characters you would like to be playable in the future? Yes, I really want that doll girl. I think her name is Sandrone. Yeah, her name is Sandrone. She is so pretty and she reminds me of like any sort of like doll. Like she's so cute. And I would love her to be playable. I would definitely pull for her if she became playable in the future. What characters are you going for from Natlan/Nodcry? In Nodcry, I'm gonna go for Columbina, and then from Natlan, I do want to go for Skirk if she ever gets a rerun. Who are you most excited to pull for? Definitely Columbina. Like, I think the Columbina hype train has been going on for so long. Like, so many people have been expecting her, and I'm so excited for her as well. Like, she's so pretty, and the teaser really lifted up my spirits for her being playable. Which character design do you like the most? Design-wise, I would say I love Chiori's design. Chiori's entire like fashionista aesthetic is so pretty, and I love her little like side ponytail and her like heels and her entire outfit. And yeah, I think Chiori's definitely up there. I also really do like Yaemiko's design as well. Maybe it's a little bit biased because she has pink hair, but I do like her design. I have like a Yaemiko figurine in my room, and I love it. I love it so much. This is kind of like a similar question, but I'd love to know your favorite character designs, whether pulled or wish list. Continuing on with character designs, I also do really like Sage Ween's design. I think the entire nurse and the entire like little cute design is so adorable. And on my wish list, I'd say in terms of design, Kokomi is definitely up there, of course, because I love Kokomi and she's pink as well. In terms of guys though, I feel like I haven't really talked about like the guy characters in my Q&A. I do really like Kenichi's design. The entire like gaming aesthetic is really nice, which is why I pulled for him. Which Genshin characters have the best or the worst color palette? The best color palette has to be Citlali. I love her entire like pink, purple, blues. And the worst color palette I will say is like, okay, this is so mean, but the new character Inefa, I don't like her color palette. I don't think it matches that well. If there's like any specific lore about it, I'm definitely not caught up, but I just know that she's like a robot girl, and even though she's cute, I don't like her color palette. I think it's a bit plain compared to what we had in Natlan. What character name cards do you like or wish to have? The character name cards that I like is Sage Ween, Citlali, Veressa, anything that's like pink and purple. And one that I really wish that I had is the Skirk. I like the Skirk name card as well. I wish I had that one. If you had a vision, which element do you think it would be, or which would you want it to be? I think I would be a Cryer vision, but I would love to be an Electro vision holder. Cryer, because I know a lot of the Cryer characters are like quiet. They're kind of like not misunderstood, but they always have like some kind of like sad like backstory to it. So I feel like I'm not saying that like my backstory is sad, but like I think I'd be like a Cryer. But I would love to be an Electro. I think Electro is pretty cool. If your personality had to be replaced by a Genshin character, who would be the best match? I'm trying to think of someone that's like really extroverted but also like kind of quiet. Probably like Kirara. I think Kirara's personality is so cute. Like, she's so adorable, and I think Kirara would be pretty relatable. If you could design your dream Genshin character, what would they be like? Okay, it would definitely be a girl, probably like a medium model. The nation would be from Inazuma. Their occupation would be like maybe something to do with filming. Like, I know Charlotte is like a reporter, right? And she has like a camera. I think my character would also like have like a camera, you know? Element, I'd give her Pyro. Weapon, I really like Catalysts. Catalysts are so cute. Like, I love the Catalyst like mechanics. And then looks, probably like long hair, maybe like light pink or like white even, and like, okay, wait, that makes no sense because my character's Pyro. Okay, wait, let's rethink this. Probably Anemo then, considering most of the Anemo characters are like pretty like neutral. So yeah, it should be Anemo, pink hair, probably like pastel clothes, and a filmer. Next is, if you could refund any 5-star character on your account and get 30 fates back, who would it be and why? Definitely Ayato. I'm so sorry, Ayato. I don't use him at all, and he's very under-invested in my account, so I feel like it's kind of like a waste. So I think if I could refund him, that would be really nice. I didn't choose Venti because Venti still is really good for crowd control. So yeah, I would refund Ayato. I'm so sorry. What brought you into Genshin and what made you stay? So, like I said before, my friend introduced me to Genshin in 7th to 8th grade, but what made me stay is the story and the scenery. Like, everything about Genshin is just so pretty and appealing, and I couldn't help but like grind the game out, and I found it really enjoying, so here I am. And what is your favorite element? My favorite element is probably Electro. I think Electro is really pretty. And I like the Electro kits like quite a lot. Like if I think about it off the top of my head, like Raiden, Varessa, there's like Fischl, Miku, Lisa, like all of those like abilities are really nice, and also the designs like are really cute as well. And that was all for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and once again, thank you guys so much for 10,000 subs. Bye!